the real truth about your favorite manifestation coaches. Hey guys, hope you're well. And in this video, I will be telling you the real truth, removing all the masks of your favorite manifestation coaches. I think that it is very important to make this video. Over a period of 4 years that I have spent as a coach, I have had a privilege to work with a lot of coaches, which means I have coached a few coaches who are out there in the manifestation community, and they have came to me in areas where they needed some specifications, where they needed to work on. I have also been someone who has worked with a lot of therapists. A lot of therapists have came to me for help, and I have worked with countless people in the mental health society and the mental health community. I have also worked with a few people myself. As I have gathered this experience, I have understood a few things about this community and a few things about people in the manifestation or the mental health side that I need to reveal to you, because it's very, very important. Because if we will know the real people that we are working with, we would have a way better chance identifying with them, understanding them, and actually spreading their advice. I have been into this community for a long time, and I have never seen a video like this being made. Why? Because I think that social media can just become a highlight reel. A lot of times we can just ignore a lot of things that are actually present, because not even because we are shy of it or that we don't want to show it, but because it's just not the normal norm. So let's start with understanding a lot of things, a lot of myths, the real truth about your favorite manifestation coaches. Number one, your coaches are people that you pedestalize, but they are also normal human beings. Just like me, just like any other coach, other people who you pedestalize can be a Hollywood celebrity, can be an athlete. They are all normal human beings like you. They just have expertise in one area more than you. That is all. We compare our life to coaches, and we compare our life to these people that we have pedestalized in some degree. But the comparison is actually not fair. Why is the comparison not fair? Because you don't know what the other person has went through to come to this level. And it's not that you cannot come to this level, but because you only see their highlight and you only see the success that they have gained after working on themselves for years. And you are in the process where you are still working on yourself, which is completely fine. The issue starts when we start comparing ourselves, our level 5 to their level 100, which cannot be compared, right? Because of which, when a coach manifests something in a day, or when you see one of your coaches handle a trigger amazingly and you aren't able to, and you compare themselves to them, that is something that actually doesn't help you, because it's not a fair comparison to make. Because they are a different person who came from a different past, who worked on themselves and then had and gained this ability to handle these things differently, and you are still a work in progress, and that's absolutely fine. The second thing, your coaches get triggered with life. I have been asked this question so many times, how to never get triggered again. And this comes with the expectation that after you master the concept of manifestation, or after you become someone who knows a lot about this topic, or if you are a coach, that you will never get triggered with life. That's absolutely not true. Triggers are a very normal part of your life, and you will probably get triggered till the day that you pass away. Why? Because you're supposed to get triggered sometimes, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's just you will stop getting triggered unnecessarily. I will give you an example. Let's say I'm walking by the road and someone hits me with their car. I will absolutely get triggered. I will actually get angry. I probably will even scream at that person. There is nothing wrong with that, just like every other human being on this planet. It's just that there are some things I just wouldn't be triggered by. So if I'm walking and someone comes and says, "Oh, I don't like your hair," I wouldn't care. Why? It's not because I'm some godlike human being. It's just that I have worked on myself enough to realize that their opinion doesn't matter. So when you will start to get better at manifesting or just mindset work, it's not that something magical will just happen, that you will never get triggered. It's just that you will not unnecessarily get triggered with these small things that don't matter. The next thing, your coaches also feel negative feelings. There, you are a human being, right? So you have access to a few things. You have 2 eyes, you have 1 nose, you have 2 ears, 1 set of lips and teeth, right? You have 1 tongue that you use to speak, right? You have access to these things just like every other human being on this planet. Because the same logic applies, you also have access to some emotions that every other human being on this planet does. There are emotions like happiness, fear, sadness, rage, triggers, anxiety, anger. These are emotions that you will feel at some point in your life. What happens is, when we get into the manifestation community, a lot of times the concept of toxic positivity is preached. And in my personal opinion, neither does it work, but it's also very weak. In truth, if I'm running away from my emotions, all I'm telling myself is that I'm not strong enough to deal with these emotions and that these emotions don't have a space in my life. That's absolutely not true. Every emotion is valid. It's just that when you get good at the concept of manifestation, or when you get good at this topic, you just stop allowing yourself to be triggered by things that don't matter, in a way where these negative feelings don't turn into full-on dwelling sessions. So if I feel rage, or someone who's new at manifestation or mindset work feels rage, the difference might mean I might not do anything about it. I might just sit with my feeling and let it pass. But someone who might be new at this might react, might let this turn into a full session. The same logic might apply, that I might wake up tomorrow morning and if I feel that I don't want to go to the gym, and I can still go. But someone who is new to it might not, because they let their feeling be the guiding factor. Your feelings are feelings. They are totally fine to feel. They just shouldn't turn into guiding your actions, and they shouldn't turn into dwelling sessions. The next thing, your coaches are guides, they are not gurus. What does this mean? I can only talk about myself here, but I'm not a guru. I'm not someone who knows all the answers. I'm just a guide who has been through this journey, that the one that you are going through right now. I have experienced the things that you are experiencing right now. I have suffered through the things that you are suffering from right now. And I have done my trial and error, and I have understood that some things work and some things don't. Because I have spent all this time into it, when I see your situation, when I have also worked with 5,500 some clients, right? So when I see a situation, I can see that, okay, I have seen this thousands of times before in my own life and in other people's life. So I know that if this person does this, it will have a higher probability of working. If this person doesn't do this, they will have a lesser chance of working. This is because I'm a guide. It's just because I'm guiding you through the process I have been through myself, and I have helped and seen other people go through. I'm not a guru who knows all the answers. If you ask me something related to stock market, I wouldn't know anything, because I have not actually spent that expertise into it. The same goes with anyone who teaches about fitness. The same goes with anyone who, let's say, teaches about business, or the same goes with anyone who teaches about social media. All of these people have just been through the journey that you are going through right now, so they have a clearer idea on what works and what doesn't. I am a guide, I'm not a guru. The next thing, your coaches know what it takes. When your coaches tell you that you should persist, or that your circumstances are difficult, that's fine, you shouldn't react. It's not because your circumstances are not difficult, it's just that they know that what it takes to actually get this thing that you are looking for is to not react when it comes to these situations. Because they know that these reactions won't actually help, and they know that these reactions won't actually work. So when a coach tells you, or when someone in your life tells you that, you know what, this is something that wouldn't work, or you should persist, or you should let go of this circumstance, it's not because your circumstance might not feel bad. It absolutely can. It's just that they know that reacting to this wouldn't really help you. So why would I go in that direction? The next thing, and this is one of the most important things that coaches have, at least in my personal experience that I have worked with, or anyone for that matter who is great at the concept of manifestation. People who are great at the concept of manifestation are not very defensive. They are able to understand and accept when they are doing something wrong. You know, this one thing happens with me a lot of times. Whenever I start a session, I tell my client that, you know, I am going to be telling you something. I don't want to say it, but I just have to be honest with you, because I want to be someone who can actually tell you the real advice, right? Not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And some clients at the start say, yes, I absolutely agree. I just want to work on myself, and I'm definitely open to advice. But as soon as I put that advice, they start getting super defensive towards it. Now, it's not that they are doing anything wrong. We should always be curious. We should always be critical to the advice. but also when we know that some beliefs and some situations have not helped us, and someone who knows a little bit more about this topic is trying to tell me that this won't work. Any coach will always be open about this, because they know that if I am trying this and it is not working, and the other person is telling me something that might work because they have seen it work before, because they have worked on it themselves before, then trying it doesn't truly harm me. And this just becomes a beautiful way to move forward, because this allows you to be able to get out of these situations in a very sustainable and a long-term way. So I hope that this video was able to help you realize the real truth about your favorite manifestation coaches. I hope that you apply the same advice and the same ethics in your daily life, so that you are also able to get a similar set of results as them. I will see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you like the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.